Welcome to the Law of Assumption chat. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday evening. On this platform, we help you to transform your mind so you can realize your desires. This is all about being the person you desire to be. Who do you say I am? Everything is your mindset. That's what it all comes down to. It's your mindset, it's your mindset, it's your mindset, it's your mindset. That's it, that's all. So what do you think? What do you think? Hey, Lisa. So what do you think? Good evening, April. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? That's what it's about. All is mind, the world is mental. And now you just have to set about to transform your thinking. You have to choose happiness, choose joy. You have to choose these things. Hello, Cal. Well, things don't always happen the way you want them to. And you get to decide how you will perceive it. And I know when things weren't going well in my life, the way they changed is I had to have a positive attitude about it. I've had that too, Kyle. Been there with the financial struggle. If I can quote Tupac, single mother on welfare, that was me. Single mother with 3 children on welfare. So I know about financial struggles. That isn't my story now, though. I didn't stay there. I didn't let that experience define me. So now I am financially blessed. And there was a road, there was a process, there was an unfoldment, right? Because I was recently separated from my first husband, living with family, had no money, because I didn't work when I was married for the first time, and I don't work now either, but yeah. For the moment, you experience it, but then you got to collect your thoughts. You got to collect your thoughts. Hey, Cece. How are you doing, Nisi? Once you experience, okay, this is how I got here. This is how it is, but isn't how it has to be. That's what you have to tell yourself. Just because this is what I am experiencing, this isn't how it has to be. It can be different. And now you got to transform your thinking, because it's your thinking that actually got you in the situation, and it's your thinking that's going to get you out of it. And it's a choice. Yes, I am doing well. So true. Everything is changeable. Nothing is fixed, no matter the circumstances. That's it. And at that time, when I was going through what I was going through, I didn't know anything about the law of mind. But I did understand that complaining and being negative doesn't change anything. It just keeps you stuck there. When you feel like you're hopeless and you're powerless, like that's not a good feeling. That's not a good place to be. And when you can talk yourself up out of that mindset, When you can talk yourself up out of that mindset and you don't allow the circumstances to define who you are. And you basically got to give yourself a pep talk. You got to be your own best friend, you know. Because sometimes friends and family, they kind of don't know what to say, especially if they've never been in it or they haven't experienced that. And so it's kind of like Job with his friends, right? The story of Job, if you're familiar with biblical allegory and parables. And when Job was going through what he was going through and his friends came around to try to cheer him up, man, they made him feel worse than what he was already feeling. Blaming him, pointing, you know, they weren't building him up. They weren't encouraging him and making him feel like life could be better, that he could go on, you know. They were telling him how everything, you know, they weren't very comforting. It wasn't until he comforted himself and started praying for them really did things get turned around. He had to change his own thinking. Hey, super consciousness. Hey, Eli. This is where self-talk is so important. Self-talk is so important. And unfortunately, a lot of people, and their self-talk has to be transformed. The self-talk has to be transformed. Could you get more insight on falling asleep to the wish fulfilled? I'm doing this for a money manifestation. Okay. Yes, I remember super consciousness also was giving some tips on money manifestation, and was saying that you could imagine counting money as you're falling asleep, right? Counting increments of a certain bill amount, like $100 bills, and counting stacks of the money. Me specifically, if I'm deciding to go to sleep in the state of, you know, prosperity or abundance or wealth, you know, I'm falling asleep giving gratitude. Like, you know, I'm so thankful that whatever you're thankful for, I'm really thankful, so appreciative. Like, or you can create a memory. You know how I talk about revision, and I would say, well, actually, this is taking place, right? You can do that with the money. Well, actually, I have X amount of dollars in my bank account. Actually, this is the amount of money I have in my bank account. Actually, I received this X amount of money. And so, and it's whenever it comes to mind. It's not only as you're going to sleep, it's whenever it comes to mind. So whenever you're in the shower, or you're bathing, or you're brushing your teeth, or you're driving to work, or you're walking, or, you know, you're doing laundry, you're doing your dishes, and as you're going to sleep, whenever it comes to the mind, it's not that you're trying to think of it, it just pops up. And when you notice that it comes into the mind, you can say, well, actually, I have this amount of money. Actually, this is, you know, this is what I'm doing with my money, and this is how much money I have in my bank account, or this is how much I just deposited, you know. And you just keep saying that, and you're going to sleep saying that, seeing yourself with it, like you're creating the memory of having it. Because remember, the mind doesn't know if it's something that already has taken place or something that's taking place now, right? The mind doesn't differentiate between a past, a present, or a future. It only knows now. It only knows now. So I've been doing counting $100 bills and counting it to the exact amount. Ooh, nice. I also had moments of giving before it came. Now, okay, super conscious. Hello, Money J. So I like to think of the universe giving me money and see it flowing within and around me. Yes. Okay. So I circulate my wealth, and it multiplies through divine right action. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. You don't have to physically do it. You can imagine that you're doing it, right? You can imagine that you have that you're sharing your wealth with others, right? Because Everything you give should be done in consciousness first before you ever do it physically. Give it in consciousness. Imagine that you're blessing someone and their reaction to the blessing. Right? Because the world is mental. And whatever you do within, you're going to automatically do without. That's what you're going to do on the outside. As within, so without, right? So everything should be first be done in the mind, because that's where it all starts. And then just make sure that when it comes to your inner conversations, when it comes to those, remember I was telling you about the impromptu or the casual conversations, that what you have with family and friends and co-workers and significant others. Pay attention to that conversation, because that is your affirmation, right? How do you talk about money? How are you talking about money? How do you think about others with wealth? What do you really think about them? Because remember, they're you. Oh, you're so welcome, Kyle. Welcome to the community. Nothing is expensive. Absolutely. And there's nothing you can't have. You really want to take the money out of it, right? And see yourself as already having whatever you desire, right? Don't let your bank account dictate your life experience. Your mind should do that. Your mind should dictate your life experience. Nothing out there should ever dictate your life experience. Because everything you'll experience first comes in the mind. It all originates in the mind. It all originates in consciousness. Hey, neighbor, good evening. See, exactly. My mom was complaining about how much something costs. And I was like, that's just pocket change. Right. That's it. That's just pocket change. Yes. Yep. So you're wishing someone's sons well in college? Yep. Imagine what it will feel like to have multiple streams of income. Yes, what would you be doing with it? Now that this money is in your possession. Because the feeling should be natural. It should be your normal. This is your new normal. Like, it's not weird or strange to have, money coming and being deposited from different places. And it doesn't have to be multiple. It could be one lump sum. It could be a constant flow. It could be a windfall. It could be an inheritance. I'm not going to say how and where this money should appear, because that's the finite thinking. Infinite mind has ways that is past finding out. That's a human concept telling you have to have multiple streams of income. You just want money. You just want more of it. And who cares if the money comes from an inheritance? It came from a bank error. It came from the lottery. It came from the casino. Wherever it comes from. It only matters that it comes to you. That you got it. That is yours. Because some people only got one stream of income, and it's a trust fund. But they getting $40,000, $50,000 to $60,000 a month from this trust fund. And that's their only stream. And they living quite lovely. Right? Or some people have, they have... Hey, Jasmine. Because the thing we don't want to get caught up on is the how. The how, right? That's the limitation when we try to say it must come from this way. Divine mind has ways that you do not know of. Hey, all love. And so you just have to get the consciousness of wealth, right? You just want the consciousness of wealth. And so you're rehearsing how that feels, what that looks like. And so when we say how it feels, does it feel natural to you to have this? And so what gives it the naturalness of it, right? So you can see yourself going on trips and not worried about the cost of it. You can see yourself going into a department store or shopping online and you're not concerned about the expense of it, right? Because you know that you have more than enough. You know that it's there. And so that's not even an issue for you. You know, when you travel, however you decide to travel, if you decide to travel private, first class, like, is the amount of money you talking about allowing you to travel in that way? Or you just want to experience a large lump sum of money and it's to pay off debt, or it's to, pay off a certain thing, or it's to pay a down payment for something. So if your mind dictates, how do you improve your mental health to think more aligned? I would say, lose the labels that the medical community places upon you. Your unique expression of the all, of divine mind. And your mind wasn't necessarily meant to operate like everyone else's mind. And that's okay. That's okay if your mind, if the way you come to conclusions, the way you're perceiving reality is a little different from, doesn't conform to what society calls normal. What's normal? What does that even mean? Who gets to determine what normal is? You do. You get to determine what's normal for you. So it's just all about, how do you talk to yourself? What do you say about you? Because that's all that really matters. It really is your mindset and what you're saying about you. Are you saying that you are infinite intelligence, that you are guided by the wisdom of the ages, and that there is nothing impossible to you? The only limits that you have are the limits you place upon you. And so you're going to choose to be limitless. You are the infinite expression of the all. So what do you want? And take the labels out of it. Take the limitations out of it. Yes, neighbor. Yes. Hey, Frank. Because a lot of times we love to self-identify to the limitation. And that's something we have to learn how to transform. That's the thinking that has to be transformed, right? Scripture says to not be conformed to this world, the way the world labels us and categorizes us and limits us, but to be transformed by how? Renewing of our mind. Got to choose to think differently about you. See, my 3D seemed to blow up earlier, and I just identified hella hard with my new reality. I don't see discord and disaster. I only see perfection and love. Absolutely. Yes, Sharon, Nicole. Yep. Romans 12:2. Hey, Holly. Hello. Because you get to choose how you're going to talk about yourself and think about yourself. And the more you decide, remember, it's a decision. The 4 steps on the screen. You decide how you're going to talk to yourself. And then you're going to give thanks for this acknowledgement of the truth of who you are, because that's your truth. However you're defining yourself, however you're choosing to talk about yourself, that's your truth. That's your truth. That's your assumption. And number 3, you're going to remain faithful to that assumption, to that knowing, to that acknowledgement. And then you're going to be still, which means you're going to quiet that mind. You're going to, no fear, no doubt, no complaining, no worrying, no trying to figure it out, but just resting in the knowing that the thing you are saying that's true about yourself will be expressed through you, because it really is who you are. You are love. You are peace. You are joy. You are success. You are health, wealth, prosperous. That's who you are. That's who you are at the core of your being. You were just told something differently and you accepted it, but now it's time to accept the truth. We were told one big lie. We were given the error. We were told we were a race of people, that we were imperfect, that we were sinners, that we were unworthy, undeserving. We're told all of this stuff. When actually the truth is, we're infinite beings. We're sovereign beings. We have autonomy over our own experience. We get to decide what our life looks like. We get to decide that. Regardless of what anyone else says, we get to decide what that looks like. And what's the amazing thing about that is when you decide what it is that you want, when you can see it in your mind, when you can talk about it and you make it natural to you, you don't have to worry about how to make it so. Do you know the moment you thought about it, that made it so? That made it real. The moment it dropped in your spirit, and that was a desire. Because scripture reminds you that the moment you asked, I answered. And while you were yet speaking, I did appear. The desire came forth. See, the Bible is a psychological book. It's a psychology book. It's not a history book. It's all about the mind. It's telling you how the mind works, because the mind is the creative power in man. That's what man calls God. That's what scripture calls God. It's talking about your mind, your awareness of being, your very own consciousness. And there's only one consciousness. And that consciousness created everything we see in our universe. And everything is made out of that consciousness. That's the only cause substance. So now you just have to decide, what is it that you want to experience? What are you willing to accept about yourself? And then you're going to sleep in this state of knowing. You're waking up in this state of knowing. Throughout your day, you're reminding yourself of this knowing. This is not something you use once, and when you see it works, you put it on the shelf until the next situation occurs or till the next. No, you wear this. You embody this. You understand that I am this. I am that. I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and whatever I think, I create. Whatever I think, I create. Whatever I think about, I bring about. So now you have to ask yourself, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about how amazing life is, how easy it is, that you're in a flow state, that you really only have to give gratitude for already having a thing that you desire, and then allow that thing to show up in your world? Can you believe it's just that simple? Are you going to continue to think how hard it is, how much of a struggle it is, how much you have to sacrifice, and compare your life to others and think you have to compete for this, and how life has just been, knocking you upside the head, and, there isn't enough to go around, and, complaining about this and complaining about that, complaining about the billionaires and the trillionaires, and complaining about the neighbor down the street, and complaining about how your parents didn't teach you about money, and how your grandparents only did, are we going to let those things go and just decide to focus on what we want? See, my toddler woke up in the middle of the night, and she spent some time with my mom. Oh, my mom has her watch Garfield to calm her sometimes. You was angry. Oh, hey buddy, how are you? So I decided that she always sleep through the night. She doesn't watch Garfield anymore. Oh, nice. Hey, sup, God? How you doing? So then I went back to sleep. Then my mom told me she doesn't want her watching Garfield. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. She said it gave her nightmares. Wow. It was literally almost instant manifestation. Yes, that is beautiful, neighbor. Wow. Beautiful. I am doing wow. Buddy, how are you? How are you? Yes. And the key to this is, I'm doing awesome, thank you. The key to this is learning to, I know you hear let go. When we say let go, we don't mean that you're supposed to let go of what the outcome you want to experience. When we say let go, we mean don't try to figure out how the thing that you desire is going to come and show and make an appearance, or don't try to figure out, what needs to be done or how you can make this thing happen. That's what you're letting go of, right? And the detachment is from the person that you used to be, the person you no longer identify with. That's what you're detaching from. And you're attaching yourself to the new version, to the new story, to the new way. And that's what you're going to give your attention to. Yes, hello for research. So that's what's key. And that's all you have to remember, that this should give you a big sigh of relief. This should put you at rest, at peace, to know that you're not responsible for making your desire come to you. Do you know that? Do you accept that? Are you willing to let go of the how aspect? Are you willing to be still and just know that everything just starts happening for you because you had a change of mind? That all it took was you changing your mind, and then things just start to happen, things just start to take place. You find yourself doing things naturally without any strain, without any struggle. It's effortless. Your doing is effortless. You're not even really thinking about it. You're not putting too much thought into it. It's just all flowing, right? That's what they call the flowing state, right? The flow state, the knowing. Yes, peace and relaxation, knowing. Because it really does happen like that. It really does. Because you have to realize you never made anything happen. Everything happened, everything you ever did and everything you ever will do first starts with your mindset, your beliefs. Your actions are always based on your beliefs about yourself, about how you think of you. That's how you choose what you're going to do, based on how you think of you. So when you change your thoughts about you, your actions automatically change. Just think like this. Remember this. Right thought produces right action. That's what righteousness in scripture means. Thinking right about a thing. And what's thinking right about a thing? That is possible. That is already done. That's thinking right about it. So I've been listening to what you were saying, but wavering with the third unconsciously right now feels hard. It's only because it's new, right? Star is new. You've been used to doing everything according to your five senses. You let your five senses dictate everything. If you couldn't see it, then you couldn't believe it. And so this tells you, actually, in order for you to see anything, you first have to believe it. And this is how life is. Life is all about belief. Everything we do is based on what we assume, what we accept, what we believe, what we trust. It was just, we were trusting everyone else but ourselves. Right? Think about that, right? You trusted everything your parents might have told you. You trusted everything if you were in church, what the leaders of the church would say, regardless of whatever their title was. You trusted whatever your government told you. You believed everything the doctor said. But you also, you at times did trust yourself, but you kind of doubted maybe a little bit. You kind of just went along with what society said was good or wasn't good, was bad or wasn't bad. Like, you kind of was just going along to get along. And a lot of us did that, right? We all conformed to what the world said, how everybody else was doing the way. If everybody else doing it, it must be right. And then you come to realize that's not necessarily so. Just because everybody doing it don't make it right for you. See, my current broke up with me today, and I just continued telling myself that he's mindful, sweet, kind, easy. Right, because did he really break up with you, or did you break up with you? Right. Beautiful. That's amazing. Love to hear that, neighbor. Love to hear that. So what's the key on not worrying about how people judging you or perceiving your situation? Oh no, everything's on topic because everything is self-concept. That's right along topic because everything, here's the thing, sub-God, you have to decide within yourself, are you still trying to seek validation from outside of you? Because that's really key. The other people judging you only bothers you because you're seeking for validation from without. And do you know that their judgment is really just a reflection of your very own judgment? If you didn't judge you, the world wouldn't judge you. But since you judge you, they are going to confirm the judgment you've already placed upon yourself. So I wish this was recorded. I want to watch this over again. Oh, it is. It is recorded, Kyle. I upload all my videos to my YouTube channel. My YouTube link is in my bio, so you can go watch other videos as well. I most videos, like 95% of my videos are uploaded. The only time I didn't upload a video, and I've been doing this since August, when people came to share something they thought was like a little bit too personal and they didn't want it, rewatched on another platform. So, but it's been a while since I've had someone come up and like share something personal that they didn't want anyone to rewatch. But yes, you can catch the recaps of my TikTok lives on my YouTube channel, Prosperous Living with Toyia. The link is in the bio. I also have a Facebook group, Prosperous Living with Toyia, as well. They don't allow you to provide the YouTube link on TikTok. I mean, the Facebook link on TikTok. But the name is the same name as my YouTube channel. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll actually get the link to my Facebook group. So, and I believe you can get the link on my IG too, because my link for my IG is also in my bio as well. Hey, Jake, can we also highlight observe and allowing those thoughts to diffuse for Star and anyone else? Absolutely. Here's the thing. Once you give your attention to one thing, the other thing automatically dissipates. Because everything dies or dissipates from lack of attention. It's your attention to the new version, the new story that gives it life. And it's your taking your attention away from the old version, from the old story that causes its death, right? So attention is the sap of life. Your attention makes it grow, expand, and become more. Oh, yes. Hey, 8888, first newbies. The internet makes the LOA so complicated. What's a simple way to manifest? Here's the thing, 8888, you have to recognize you're always manifesting. Because manifestation is just your thoughts made visible. So you are always experiencing your beliefs. Now you just want to experience new beliefs. Now that's it, right? And so here's the trick. This one makes it so easy. When you stop judging your experiences, you'll see that the new version, the new story is so much easy to resonate with when you don't judge the old story. When you don't try to justify it. Because when you try to justify old habits, you keep them as a part of your experience. But when you can just see the old habits as habitual and that you no longer decide to think that way, you'll see them dissipate. Because it's your reactions to life that tells you what you really think about life. So when you can stop reacting to the old and just recognize it's only there because of habit, because that's all you've been doing, and now you're choosing to do something else, and to create that new habit, what? That has to be repetitive now. That has to, just like the old habit was, it's a habit because you did it over and over and over again, because you thought about it, you talked about it, that's all you did. It was on repeat. It was a part of your experience. It was a part of your reality. It was a part of your world. And now you're saying, I no longer want that as a part of my world. So guess what I have to do? I have to give all of my attention to the new world that I'm creating, the new version that I'm adhering to, the new story that I'm scripting. Okay, yes. Hello, Clara. So what about people bringing up flaws about you that you didn't even know they had? How would that be you? Here's the thing with the flaws, with what someone else says about you. It only matters if you respond to it. Here's the thing. If someone is speaking an untruth about me and something I don't identify with, why would I care? I know it isn't true. So you're not going to get a reaction because it's not true. So I don't care what you think about me. When I know it's not true, I only would be upset because it's a part of me that identifies with it. And it's a part of me that's still seeking validation from others. I'm not fully confident in myself. I'm not fully, and that's okay. You're building that confidence. You're building that self-awareness. You're building that self-trust in yourself. And a lot of us had to learn to disassociate ourselves from those type of thoughts, because we have to remember, I don't know if you all are students of Neville Goddard or not, or Dr. Joseph Murphy or Reverend Ike, if you've ever heard. I don't know how familiar you are with this truth, but everyone in your experience are your beliefs. Everyone in your experience are just your beliefs, and they just happen to be people. So every belief you have about you and about your world, you'll see that reflected in other people. So example, if you have a belief that people just are dishonest and they're disloyal, they're rude, they're deceptive, there's going to be someone to come into your world that's going to confirm what you think about what you think about people. So they're going to come and show you, and you're going to be like, see, I knew people were dishonest. I knew people couldn't be trusted. But that's because you created it. That's a belief you held. You're assuming that's how people are. And it's your thoughts that you're seeing in others. And all it takes is for you to think lovingly about your world. Change your thoughts about your world. See your world as people are happy and they're engaging and they're kind and they're generous and everyone deals honestly with you. Everyone is loyal to you. You know, every relationship is a very faithful, committed relationship, right? And it was an affirmation that Florence Scovel Shinn would say. She would say that every person is a link in the chain of my good. Everyone only means me good. Everyone I come in contact with, they only mean me good. But that's the new reality, right? So that's something you have to practice, because you've been practicing thinking that people were liars and cheaters and deceivers and, unfaithful, disloyal. Like you had all those thoughts before. And so that's how you were experiencing your world. Being very suspicious of your world, distrusting your world. And now you're realizing the only reason I was experiencing that is because I took on those beliefs. Now I get to change those beliefs, and I get to experience people differently based off my new beliefs. Oh, okay. No problem. No problem, buddy. Hey, Cynthia. But don't share nothing too personal on here that you don't want me to upload to YouTube, because we just said I was going to upload this video to YouTube. So don't share anything that you don't want uploaded to YouTube. People were just saying they wanted to see this video on YouTube. So I'm not going to read your comments out loud until I get to the bottom. Right. Do you want to be right? That's the question of the day. Right. Nah, for life. Right. So you only don't trust them because you don't trust you. That's it, Lisa. That's it. That's it. That's it. Golden link in the chain of my good. Love that book. Game of Life and How to Play It. Yep. Great evening, millionaires, kings, and queens. Hey, A-Town, what's happening, sir? Okay, neighbor. Well, I just mentioned your name. Isn't that funny? You said I don't mention your name, and I just mentioned it before I read this comment. Look at that. That's funny. Yes, I do upload all the lives. I do. Now with me being monetized on YouTube, when I upload them, I make them private so they can do their own little background check. And then once they do their own little background check, then I go and make them public. So I think I made about 4 or 5 videos public today. And I believe I just uploaded 3 more videos today too. So waiting for them to finish doing a little background thing, and then I'll make it public and I'll make those 3 videos available. And I know I downloaded today's live from this morning. I downloaded them to my phone. So I have to see if it actually, sometimes TikTok, sometimes they instantly download to my phone. Then sometimes I have to, try several times. So, and I didn't check to see if the one from this morning downloaded into my phone yet. See, Florence is goated. Yes. Hey, Angex, did you say something before then? Because it seems like that doesn't seem like a whole that doesn't seem like a whole. You said that he feels like I'm perfect and on another level than him, and he can't measure up. Did you say something prior to that? So even if people have shown you they're untrustworthy and all the things, even if to others, we should just see the good in them. Yes, yes. Now, I remember I tell you about the how the revision I did, right, with that my husband and I did with his ex-wife, right? And we realized that the experience we were having with her was because of our thoughts about her, not because of her. It was because our thoughts about her, right? And we would have described her as someone that was, you know, we would have described her as dishonest, troublesome. We wouldn't have thought lovely things of her at all. It's not until we decided to think lovely things of her that we start to experience her as a lovely person. Just to put it that simple. When we thought what we were thinking of her based on what we were seeing, we kept experiencing it. It wasn't until we changed our thoughts about her that we started experiencing something differently with her. We actually started experiencing the new thoughts. When you decided, oh, this can be an amicable relationship. Our co-parenting can be at peace and ease. That we actually can talk on the phone and communicate with one another with respect. And then that's how they communicate now. Before then, it was lawyers and court fees and court appointments and police officers and all kind of stuff. Before we changed our mindset. See, we changed our mindset because we recognized that the power was within us. We stopped giving power to the other person. We stopped letting the other person dictate whether or not this could be a smooth or an amicable type of relationship. We took our power back. And saying for whatever reason, they tried to poke fun or accuse me of being and none of the people my age ever say any of this. So remember, neighbors, not what others think about you. The only thing that matters is what they think about you. And just be careful not to repeat things that others say that you definitely, most certainly don't identify with. There's no reason to ever allow that to be even a part of your mindset. You don't even want to have that in your mind. So what needs to happen, neighbor, you need to forgive that whole situation, which means you have to learn to let it go and see them at their highest ideal, and so they'll see you at yours. Remember, it's your thoughts that are creative. It's always going to be your thoughts that are creative. It's always your thoughts that are creative. It's your thoughts, no one else's, because you're the only thinker in your reality. And so that's what you have to remind yourself of and claim that and know that and understand that this is your world and it's what you think that goes, not what anyone else thinks. What other people think is none of your business. It really is none of your business what another person thinks of you. It only becomes your business because you make it your business and you thinking about it and you repeating it and you talking about it. Why are we giving it energy? No, it isn't true. So who cares? On to the next. Wish them well, wish them happiness and success, and know that because they're happy and successful, so are you. Okay, so you say, he says, because I'm perfect, but that he feels he can't offer me anything that I'm on a next level. Okay, Ann Jax, what do you think? It only matters what you think. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with what this person is saying? Do you accept this reality? You fix it by thinking differently, by saying within yourself that you two are perfect together that not only are you perfect, he's perfect too. You don't have to lessen your light. This isn't about changing who you are. Yes, you are perfect. You are whole. You are the bomb.com. Yes. And you bring out the best in him just as he brings out the best in you, because he is you. He's your reflection. He's your mirror. He's mirroring you. So now you have to ask yourself, what do you really think about you? And what do you really think about this relationship? And be honest with yourself, because he's reflecting you. Yep, you found what you look for, huh? That's it, Monty J. That's it. Repent. Yep, change of thinking. But they come out of the woodwork to say it to me. Or so it seems. Now, they ain't just coming out the woodwork, neighbor. This ain't just happening. This stuff just don't happen. That's not. Now that sounds powerless. Now you're disempowering yourself, not recognize that you're the source of all experiences. We're the source of our experience, no one else. No one else. And since you recognize that you're the source of your experience, you can change it. But if you think the source is outside of you, how could you ever change it? Because you can't change other people. You can only change self. Say the story about your cousin's girlfriend. Wife, actually, my cousin's wife. But yeah, yes, Lisa. Yes, it was my cousin's wife. Yes, my cousin's wife. Yeah. Would you say daydreaming a lot about your dream life and the future is harmful? It's not harmful, but make it your present, not your future. Make it your now reality. Instead of making it a daydream, make it a reality. Make it a memory. See it as real. See it as something that's natural to you. That's something that you're currently experiencing right now in this moment. Because that's when you're experiencing it right now in this moment. You're thinking about it right now in this moment. So it's happening right now in this moment. The question is, can you believe that? Can you believe that your daydream is actually a reality? You just have to stop thinking it, neighbor. Just stop thinking it. Stop talking about it. Claim who you are and stand in that truth. That's it. Because it's not, because thing is, neighbor, you're making it about them when it's not there. They shouldn't even be a part of the equation. Their thoughts about you is none of your business, but you're making it your business. So it's your business. Just stop making it your business. Stop caring what they think. It's what do you think about you? What are you saying about you? Because that's where the attention should be. The attention should only be on what you think about you, not what others think about you. Because there is no other. You're the only one having the thought. Remember that. There is no one else in your world thinking. You're the only one thinking in your reality. Thus, you're the only one creating. Yes, Miss Cheryl, absolutely. So I can say friend, loving, and kind, and she'll be that way. Yep. Say when you change your thoughts about her, how soon after? We're not talking about time. I'm not even going to, because the moment I asked, it answered. Time was not even in my mind. I didn't care about the time. I only cared about being. We're not going to get caught up in time, because there's only now. There's only now. You only have now. So me forming a complex over it probably made me see more of it. And that's why I was still seeing. Yep. You gotta, now that's what you need to detach from, neighbor. Detach from that story. Thank you, Real Estate Nick. Hey, Real Estate Nick. That's what you gotta detach from. You gotta stop talking about that. Because all you're doing is making it true. You're giving it life. Once you take your attention away from it, then it'll be no more in your experience. You're welcome, Angex. So I started laughing manically when you called me out so true. Where else did it come from? Oh, okay, real estate Nick. Manically, you started. Not manically. But yes, we have to realize that it's our thoughts that are creative. It's our thoughts that are creative. It's our thoughts that create in our world. Doesn't matter what anyone else think. It only matters what we think. We are the operant power. We understand the laws of mind. We understand that thoughts are literally things. When I revised it, no, when I made the decision to change how I thought, every time I thought of her, I thought lovingly of her. Every time I thought of her, I just thought lovingly of her. So every time she came into my mind, I decided how I would think. There was no back and forth once I made the decision. I absolutely could not even tell you when the change took place. I couldn't. All I know is we were doing it. Then they went, I believe, their daughter was taking dance classes or something, and they met up, and she came to him and said, "Hey, what do you think about us letting go of the lawyers?" And I've been having some people pass in my family, and so I've been thinking about my estate and who I will make beneficiary of it. I'm going to decide to make you beneficiary of it. Did she actually do that? I don't know. We don't know, but that's what she said. And they let go of the lawyers. See, when you know that you know what you know that you know, time does not come into the equation. You don't care about when it happens because you know it happens. That's not your concern. You're only concerned about the time because you're still wavering. You haven't made a decision. You're not faithful to the new story. So you want to put a time stamp on it. There's no time in consciousness. That's a construct of this third of the 3D. Who cares how long it takes when you get your desired outcome? No one cares about the time when you get your desired outcome. And in comparison to how long we were dealing with it, the time was very small because we have been dealing with it for years. Did it take years? No. Might have took a few months, but who cares? Because we have been dealing with it for about 6 or 7 years. And if it took a few months to get our mind right, to transform our reality, say, okay, thank you, but how do I correct myself? The 3D and life feels unbearable. I want life to get good. Okay, now you have to start claiming that it is good. Right now, in this moment, start claiming that it is good. You have something that you can be thankful for, right? I know it's something in your world right now that's happening that you can be thankful for. Thankful for that you're on this live. Thankful that whatever phone you have in your hand, you're able to access, social media and able to access a community that's going to build you up and encourage you and inspire you, right? You have breath in your body. You have activity of your limbs, right? You have infinite intelligence working on your behalf that is going to bring your desire to pass. All you have to do is decide to remain faithful to it. That's your only condition. Is step number 3 is to remain faithful regardless of what's going on around you. When you see what we like to call circumstances or 3D or the old story, when you see it wants to come back and tell the old story, just remind yourself it's already done. That's an old habit I don't think that way anymore. I don't identify with that person anymore. And that's it. You don't have to judge it. You don't have to criticize it. You don't have to feel guilty about it. There ain't no shame in your game. We're not living in remorse or regret. That old story doesn't even compute even anymore. So what do you mean time sensitive? Because what are we talking about? Dr. Sarah, welcome. Because we know 50-year-old women, right? We know Janet Jackson, right? We know Halle Berry. We know people have babies later in life. It just depends on when do you want babies, right? When you let go of the time element, you'll see it happens quicker, because the time element is really based on your faith and confidence. You are the time element. It's your conviction about the thing that brings it to pass. Your faith in it, your faith in knowing is what brings it to pass. Right? Everything is always done according to your belief. That's why can't nobody else tell you, oh, I can manifest for you in 24 hours. No, you can't. It's impossible for another person to manifest for you. They're not God. You are. No one else can play God in your reality. You should be the only God of your reality. Don't give someone else the power to dictate when or how soon you can have a thing. You determine that. And you determine that according to your faith, according to your confidence and conviction of a thing. But when you know, time doesn't even come into your experience, into your mind. Because you know it's already done. You're not even thinking about time. Time is not of the essence. Time, then you really understand, is just a construct. It's just a limitation. Hey, Justin, that's what we were just talking about. It depends on your faith. It depends on your commitment. It depends on your faithfulness, on your conviction. The time element all depends on you. It's your recognition that it's already done, because the only time you have is now. The only time you have is now. Like someone said the other day, now o'clock. That's the only time it is, now o'clock. Yes, Baba, I am. Yes. So I told a friend who's facing foreclosure to believe that she is not going anywhere. It's hers. Yep. Yes, we can manifest for others because everyone is you pushed out, right? Everyone is connected. It's your thoughts about them that you're seeing. It's that collective consciousness, the race belief that we like to say, that believes in illness and sickness. And so then we manifest it. We believe a thing to be true. So now it's up to you to see them in the state of well-being. It's your mindset. What can you, when you think of them, can you think of them in a healthy state? And that's all you see. When you think of them, when they're in your presence, you're not trying to play doctor. You're not telling them, oh, you should do this, or I think you should do this, or this will help with that. No, everything will happen as it's supposed to. You're just supposed to remain faithful to knowing that they're already well. That's it. You're just supposed to remain faithful to the new state. Hey, voice bells. I said I had a few penny drop moments today. To be clear, we can draw in specific people to come back to us. Yes, you can. Hey, Teresa. Good evening. At the breakup, no matter how bad it was, and him saying never again, it is in my power. Yes. Because you were the cause of the breakup, so you'll be the cause of the reconciliation. Everything happens as a result of your thoughts about it. And if you really sat and thought about how everything transpired, you know that they were only reflecting your inner beliefs anyway. If we are in control, do you believe we create miracles and spiritual things? What do you mean by miracles? Miracles is what people use when they don't understand how faith works. But we are spiritual beings. That's who we are. We're spiritual beings. And we're having a human experience. We're energy. That's all we are, energy. For example, my mother needs this surgery, but they have been taking a while to approve. So I don't know how to. So no manifesting in steps. Oh, yes, manifesting in steps. It's the same steps, the same 4 steps. You decided to see your mother healed already. You're giving thanks for this knowing because the moment you asked, it was answered. You're remaining faithful to this. You're remaining faithful that regardless of what things look like, no matter how bad it may seem to appear, you're trusting and knowing that your mother is already healed. And then you don't do anything to make it so. You allow whatever needs to happen will happen because it's already so. It's already done. You just have to remain faithful in that knowing. The steps never change. So always decide what you want, give thanks for having it, remain faithful to it, and do nothing to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. Thank you. Yes, I found so many terrible thoughts I was thinking, and as I reflected, it was so sad. Now you don't even have to judge your voice bells. You recognize that you caused it. Now you recognize you can recreate it. Right? You created it, now you can recreate it. Now you can revise it. Don't beat yourself up. No shame, no guilt, no remorse, no regret. We're not living in the past. The past only exists in your mind, right? You didn't know what you didn't know. You didn't recognize that your thoughts created your reality. That's okay. You operated in ignorance. We're not even going to hold you, at fault for that. We're just going to recognize that, oh, now I get to think better. Now I get to see our relationship as beautiful, as amazing, as lovely, greater than I ever could have imagined. Now I get to think wonderful, amazing thoughts and remain faithful to that. Just like I repetitively thought the unwanted and the unfavorable experiences, I'm going to repetitively think of the favorable and the wanted experiences. I'm going to give just as much energy and attention to the wanted as I gave to the unwanted. That's what you're going to choose to do now. Say, does the do nothing mean it'll come out of? No. The do nothing means you don't try to figure it out. Your doing will be automatic. You won't have to think about what to do. You will just be doing it because it's natural to you. And you'll find that the things that need to happen will just find their way to you. It will be attracted to you. It will come to you. Well, you can give thanks for her approval. You can give thanks for the surgery. That's part of the prayer, right? That's part of the prayer, giving thanks that she's been approved, that she's had the surgery, it went well, everything, she had a speedy recovery, all was well. I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful that my mother got her approval so quickly, and the surgery was a great success. She's doing amazing, she's healed, I'm thankful. That's living in the end. The approval already took place. The surgery already happened, and everything was a great success. It's already done. She's already healed. So even though we no longer share a home or have contact, right? Even though. So now that you are back together, what does that look like, Voice Bells? And when you're really thinking about your significant, your special person, your specific person, pay attention to how you really think about them. And pay attention when conversations come up with family members or with friends. What are you saying? Are you telling an old story? Are you talking about, like you don't understand how everything happened? I can't believe it. Oh my God, this is so horrible. This is a bad thing. Pay attention to how you're talking, because your conversation is what you're affirming to be true. And you should be talking as though you're already together. So you may want to hold off conversations with the family and friends about your relationship, especially if you're not willing to talk as though you're already together. Oh, you're good, Clara. No worries. So I love that you come on here daily and help support us through our desires. It's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Jasmine. I do enjoy it. I love it because I love hearing all of the success stories. See, if I work only on self-concept, will I manifest? You will get your heart's desires, Clara. You will get your heart's desire. Either your desire for your SP to be there, or you will move on and find something better. That's really the options you'll have. You'll either want them or you'll no longer want them. That's really how it goes. That's really how it goes. Because right now, Clara, you may be desiring them from the old mindset. And so once you truly accept your confidence and your love for yourself and your worthiness and your joy and how much of an amazing person you are, you may expand past them, and that's okay. And you may attract another partner that's even more wonderful, even more than you ever could have imagined. Or you draw them back, and that relationship is greater and better than you ever could have imagined. But whatever happens, you're going to be fulfilled, because you're going to be in a new state of happiness and joy and peace and love and confidence. Discovering self-worth puts you in, helps you see life from a different perspective. You're not going to see the world the same. And so you might not see this SP the same anymore. So I always got confused when they said not to go in steps that lead to the end, to just go to the end. Well, no, I don't know if you study Neville Goddard, but Neville Goddard definitely gives steps. So I don't know when you say they, I don't know who you're referring to. So by the way, speaking to a friend just brought about chaos quicker because you can't hide from yourself. Nope, can't hide from yourself. But let's not say chaos. Let's just say clarity. It brought about clarity. It brings clarity. Now you know what you really want and really what you don't want too. It gave clarity. I really know I don't want no more of that. No more of that, please. Yeah, no more of that. So yeah, girl, I ain't keeping my mouth shut. No one would approve. I'll have to change them later. Oh, voicemails. Here's the thing. They're going to reflect you. If you're happy about it, they're going to be happy about it. Remember, no one's judging you but you. Don't judge you, and then nobody else will. People really don't care as much as you think they do. They really don't. You think they care. They really don't care that much, though. They could really care less. People got their own stuff going on when they got time to be really thinking about what you got going on. For real. You really got to know that. And the only reason why they care is because you care. And if you didn't care, they wouldn't care. Yep, there's no one to talk to but yourself. Yep. Yes, commit to the divine marriage. Yes, hello, Sage. Welcome back. So, I want to acknowledge your heart and devotion to this and how generous, inspiring. Oh, thank you, voice bells. Thank you. Oh, you're good, Sporty, because it took me a while to get to understand what it meant too. It means specific person. That's, yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Clara. Is that I to Ela? Am I saying it? Say, I feel like, oh, is that Layla? Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. So I feel like manifesting is easy, but when it comes with money, it's a bit hard. Any advice? You're always manifesting. Since you know manifesting is easy because it's something that you naturally do, you just have to change your mindset around money. And the thing is, we all were told that. We all were told that money is hard to come by, right? We were told you have to work, you have to strain, you have to struggle, you have to sacrifice in order to get it. You may have to do some things you don't like to do, right? You may have to take some jobs you really don't really want because what? You gotta pay these bills, right? You gotta put food on the table, right? And so we were sold that lie of thinking that, the only way money could come into your experience was through hard work. But the people that work the hardest are usually paid the least. Think about it. People that work the hardest are usually paid the least. And it's just all about recognizing that money can come from many places and you have to disassociate thinking that it can only come from work. Your mind, that your higher self, your divine mind that lives and operates within you has ways that you do not know of and can bring you money from anywhere. You'd be surprised in the ways money can come into your experience. But you have to be open to it and let go of the belief that it can only come through a job. And if you're going to accept that it only comes from a job, know that it doesn't have to be a job you don't like. That it can be a career of your choosing. It can be what you're passionate about. You can get money from that. That money will find its way to you. That you can find a career that you enjoy. Or you may decide you don't want to work. Because I know everybody don't want to work. Some people do, but not everybody does. And know that you still will be well taken care of. Your self-worth is placing a value on the self. Yep. We can love ourselves unconditionally. That's it. That's it. Hello, James. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think by steps they mean don't sit and think first. He's going to call, then he's going to apologize. Oh, okay, Lisa. Right. No one knows exactly what steps you're going to take to bring the desire to pass. No one knows that. No one, and you wouldn't know even if you tried. When you look back and you see how things happened in your life, you know things happened and it didn't happen the way you thought it was going to happen. Unless you had now I'm not saying you can't have a vision or you can't have a dream of seeing, having prophetic dreams or prophetic visions that give you steps, right? But that does not come from your reasoning mind. That comes from your divine mind. That comes from infinite mind. That doesn't come from you trying to figure it out. People, coaches, since they will say that after you get to that step, you didn't affirm for the rest. Are they trying to tell you the reason why you didn't get the thing you want? Is that what you're saying? They're saying that you didn't do enough steps. Hey, society makes you feel like you're wrong if you don't work hard for money. Right. Yes, they do. That's the big bold lie. That's the deception. That's the deception. Exactly. I was just thinking this. Working hard for what? Yep. Yes, the money part, I'm getting it down packed. Yes, Jasmine. That's beautiful. And like you said, the people who work hard for money have the least because they have the belief. Yep. You have to work hard for it. Therefore, that's why they keep working hard for it. Yep. I don't want to work hard for money. Nothing wrong with that. No, and yeah, nobody really wants to work hard. I mean, we'll hear people on television, right? You'll hear the little celebrities or those who were able to manifest their reality, right? And you're here, and they always have to slip in, well, nothing was given to me. I had to work hard for this. Like, they really want to push that belief that they worked hard for it. And then when you learn more about their story, you learn more about their journey, you start to realize they really wasn't working that hard. They were just doing what they loved to do, and things happened wonderfully for them. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people think they have to sacrifice as well, right? People think, because they gave up a childhood or because they went after their dreams and there were certain things they didn't get to experience, so they look at it as a sacrifice. But it wasn't a sacrifice. You made a choice. You wanted this at a young age, and so you made a choice. Nobody made you become a child star or child entertainer or made you just start playing football as a toddler or little league at 10, 5 and 7 and 10 years old, right? Like when I listen to different athletes, right? And so you listen to the Michael Jordans and Kobe Bryant before he transitioned, and even Tom Brady and all of them, right? And they talk about, because they are very accomplished in their careers and they obtained great successes compared to others, right? And you always hear them talk about, how they worked hard. But did they really work hard, or did they have the mindset of success? And so because they had that neural pathway of success, the thing that they went for was easy to lean into because they had convinced themselves that this was something they were supposed to have, right? People don't understand that once the mind accepts a reality, the body is going to you're going to automatically thirst and hunger and be passionate for that thing, right? So Michael Jordan's desire was to be the best, the greatest basketball player of his era, right? He wanted to outdo Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, right? He wanted to be greater than them. So when Phil Jackson, especially when Phil Jackson came along and taught him Eastern meditation, right? That Eastern philosophy, and you seeing Michael Jordan, because I don't know if you watched The Last Dance, and he's meditating and he's on the table, and how he spoke of himself and how he talked about himself. And some people even said that he was like a mystic, right? That he would say, I never think about a shot that I didn't take. I never think about missing a shot I haven't taken. I'm always present in the moment. You listen to Tom Brady, that's what he would say. I'm not thinking about, not missing a throw, that someone would thinking of an incompletion of a pass that I took. I'm not thinking about an incompletion. What? I'm in the moment. I'm present. They understood how to be present, how to be in the moment. And that's something what? They practiced, they rehearsed, they repeated over and over and over again, because until what? They became that person. They were being that person. And so the actions were automatic. They were compelled to study film, to perfect their craft, to lean into that, because that's what their desire, that was their passion. They had made a decision and was committed to it. But from the outside looking in, it was like, oh man, that looked like a lot of work. Like, what? You come there at 4:00 in the morning and you work until this time, and then when you listen to their schedules or whatever and what they did, like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and how they had these schedules, and to us it was like, man, that's a lot of work. You doing all that? And they looking like, what you talking about? This is who I am. I am the greatest of my time, of my era. This ain't, it's work, but I can't even not do it, because this is who I am. And so we need to understand that when you become that being of whatever you're desiring, you can't help but do what's necessary to make that desire become a reality. Yep. Talking to yourself, Clara. You just got to continue to talk to yourself. Yep. The state of mind, heaven and hell. Yep. Hey, Pastor Jesse. How you be? Hello. How are you? Jasmine, I don't believe we know all the ins and outs of it, and perception is reality. And I know just because they tell a story doesn't mean they tell the whole story. That people change narratives to form beliefs. Working hard is committing towards a specific goal as an experience. Yep. It's wild. Just wonder your thoughts. It's like she recreated her reality and said it never happened. Hey, and you're talking about somebody that exists now, because for us it didn't happen. We did not experience it. So for us, it happened for none of us, because it's not currently happening for us. That's not a situation we're in. So it didn't happen. Not for us. Not for me. It didn't happen. I don't know nothing about that. I don't identify with that at all. I have no idea what that is, what it looks like. Can't really tell you when I can just tell you what other people said about it. That's about as all I can give you regarding it. So would you say that manifesting is past tense, as if it already happened? It's also, yes, Cynthia. Yep. Very helpful. Well, we weren't treated that way. I don't know about no we, because I wasn't there. I wasn't treated that way. So I'm not passionate or good at anything, but I really want abundance. Oh, you don't have, yeah, that was just an example, Star. You don't have to, like have some great, there is something that you desire, Star. Whatever that is. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be, I was just using them to show you that on the outside looking in, we think they're doing a lot of work, but to them it was easy because it was about who they had become, who they said they were. So the world would tell you, well, they did a lot of work. They did a lot of work. They did a lot of work. But Michael Jordan would tell you that he didn't chase it. He said it was bestowed upon him. He said if he had chased it, he would have never realized it. That's what we need to understand. You don't chase, you become. You recognize you already are. That's what's just so important. That is what's so important. And I want you to understand, Star, you don't get things because of what you do. You get things because of who you say you are. So who are you saying that you are? Who do you say that I am? If you're saying I'm an abundant person and money comes and flows to me with ease and I am grateful, really embody that. Really claim that. Go to sleep with that. Wake up with that. Every time money comes into your mind, express that, claim that, know that, and you will see a shift occur. It's not delusional. It's your reality. If that's the reality you're creating, claim it. Lean into it. Think, sleep, drink it. Embody it so it feels natural to you. And in a way you do not know, at a time you least expect, the money's just flowing like a stream of river. Just a river flowing in, just circulating all around you. Money in, money out. Money in, money out. More money coming in than going out. More money coming in than going out. Money in, money out. More money coming in than going out. The ebb and flow of life. Yep. The passion is the understanding of individual wants, needs, and desires. Say having on the I wasn't there because that never even happened. I don't know what that is. Right. I have no idea. Self-concept is like fake it until you make it. Like affirm it till you believe it. Well, you can say fake it till you make it. I'm not saying fake anything. I say recognize that you are that what you claim to be. And you keep proclaiming it. You keep professing it. You keep declaring it until you recognize you are it. So if I drink a lot, if I make that a thing, it will be right. But if I don't, that's not what it is. Exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome. Claim to pertain. Yes. Hello, Journey. Welcome. Say, how did this work? Well, you want to forgive yourself, and forgiving yourself is letting go of the decisions that you made and not blaming yourself, shaming yourself, feeling guilty, feeling remorseful or regret. That's something you have to be willing to let go of. That you no longer live in shame or guilt. You no longer live in the past of. And when you think of the past, you want to think of it with a different pair of eyes. You want to recognize that the things you experienced You experienced from a place of ignorance. Like you didn't know that your thoughts about yourself was the reason you were feeling the way you felt about yourself. Had you only had more confidence, had you only saw your worthiness, had you only saw how perfect you are, had you only realized that you were enough, you would have never experienced that depressed state. And so now you can actually accept those things about yourself. In the beginning, it may feel a little weird. It may feel a little strange. It may feel uncomfortable because you never told yourself that you were enough, that you are perfect just the way you are, that you don't need to change anything about yourself. You're not broke, so you don't need to be fixed. You're not sick, so you need no healing. You just need to accept that you are already well, that you are, I am. You are whole. You are complete. You are a spiritual being experiencing life. And the way you were experiencing life was one big lie. It was a lie. You were sold a bill of goods. You were not told the truth of who you are. But now you know the truth. So now you get to live life from that perspective, from that knowing. And so the truth is, you are the source of all things. The truth is, you are love. You are light. You are peace. You are joy. You are enough. You are successful. You are abundant. You are prosperous. And this is where faith comes in. Because you're going to have to decide to believe that with no evidence. Because your reasoning mind is going to come back and say, but wait a minute. How are you successful, but you blah, blah, blah. They're going to give you all these excuses. How are you abundant, but it's going to give you all these excuses. What do you mean that you're enough? You know that you were passed over for that position on your job, or, the person that you wanted to be with, they didn't see, they thought that you weren't good enough, that you weren't worthy. That's what the reasoning mind is going to try to infiltrate this new story with. It's going to bring up stories of the past. It's going to bring up past experiences and try to make and stake its claim and say, no, but I have proof that all of those things you're saying about yourself isn't true. This is where faith comes in. Because faith says, I must believe something that I don't have any evidence of. I must choose to believe that I am this wonderful, amazing being despite experiencing its opposite. Because faith says it's the substance of things hoped for, the expectation. That's what hope in scripture means, expectation. And the evidence of not being able to see it. That's what faith. So remaining faithful to something that you've never experienced before. You never experienced being confident and full of joy and happiness and love and peace and kindness and generosity. But that's who you are at your core. And the only way you get to experience it now is that you have to practice that. You have to keep telling yourself, this is who I am. 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 You want to get quiet with yourself. You want to shut out the noise. You want to close your eyes. You want to put the phone down, turn the TV off. And you want to get quiet and still with yourself and commune, talk to yourself and tell yourself, I am. I am. I am. I am. And let that wash over you, that you are, that you exist in this moment, that you are. And then whatever you say that you are, that's what you shall be. So you're going to say, I am love. I am peace. I am joy. I am prospered in my coming and in my going. I am abundant. I am health. I am wealth. And you're going to do this every day. 3 to 4, 5, 6 times a day. 2 to 5 minutes a day. And you're going to go to sleep in this state. And you're going to wake up in this state, because you must impress the subconscious with this truth. You must remind yourself daily of the truth of your being, because all your life you were living a lie. All your life you forgot who you are. All your life you were in a state of forgetfulness. Now you're awakening to the truth. Now you're remembering who you are. And so you got to keep filling your cup up with the truth. You got to keep filling your cup up with the knowing. You got to keep filling your cup up with the acceptance, with the belief, with the trust, with the knowing of who you are. Yep, Jasmine. Yep. Mom just reflecting it back to you. Yeah, because it doesn't matter what your mom think. It only matters what you think. I should have screen recorded that front page part. Listen to it every morning. You can catch it on YouTube, Cynthia. My link is in the bio. This will be uploaded to YouTube. It will. So I do this when I wake up, when I go to sleep, and throughout the day. Yep. I am all that is. I am love. I am perfection. I am always chosen. I am everyone. Yep. Say, T, this is the real church. Yep. Yep. Top priority. No one is better than me. No one compares to me. That's it. That's it. Yep. And you gotta keep saying this to yourself until you believe it, until you build that confidence in the knowing that that's who you are. Because this is new information. You never talked this way to yourself before. You never heard these things before. Now, I'm not saying everybody was, but I'm saying those who are battling with low self-esteem and lacking self-confidence and feeling unwanted and unworthy and undeserving, you have to now decide to embody the state that you are all there is, that there is nothing compares to you. Nothing compares to you. Right? Go listen to Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. Oh. I went to the doctor. Guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, I can't remember the words. But it's your conviction. It's you have to this is where you're choosing to love you. Choosing to love you. Choosing to put you first. Yes, and caught up in the rapture of love. To the storms of life pass us by, warm my heart, warm my mind, constantly. In my heart is where you should be. I love you here by me, baby. You make my soul fly free. Something I can't remember. I haven't heard that song in a long time. I want you here all for all time. Yeah, I can't remember it. I tried to remember the words. I tried, but I can't remember those words. I haven't heard Anita Baker in a minute. Oh, thank you, A. Thank you. Say, can we manifest listening to music? Yes. Nothing else can compare. Woo. When I feel the magic of you, the feeling's always new. And the choir says, "You're coming, I can hear your signs." And I always imagine it. Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Everything is fair game. Everything is fair game. This is your world. Whatever puts you in the state of knowing, whatever convinces you of the reality, whatever it is that convinces you, there's no wrong or right. It's just all about maintaining faithfulness to the story. Maintain faithfulness to the new story. That's it. Keep your focus on your desire. And the thing is, you're moving from desire to having. You got to stop wanting it and give it to yourself. You got to move from wanting to having. It's yours. So act like it. Talk like it. You got to talk like it's yours. You got to speak it into existence. You got to speak of it as though it already is yours. You're no longer desiring it. Yes. That's it, A. Yes. Oh, thank you, Jakari. Hey, how you doing, Jakari? How you doing? Yeah, boogie, oogie, oogie, get down. Boogie, oogie, oogie, get down. This trend all over my FYP. It's in my head. Oh, okay. Yep. Boogie, oogie. Yep. But this was amazing, guys. Thank you. I'm about to go on my merry, merry way. Thank you once again for joining me. This was an amazing live. I hope I help you transform your thinking and to accept the truth of your being, that you are enough, that you are all there is, all right? That you are worthy, that you are deserving, and it has nothing to do with what you do. It's all about who do you say I am. Everything you get is because of who you say you are. So who do you say I am? Because you say I am wealthy, money must show up. Your needs and your wants must be provided for because of who you say you are. Because of who you say you are, things must come into your experience. So claim to be better than the best you know. Claim prosperity. Claim wealth, health. Claim success. Claim it right now. Yeah. You funny, Lisa. You're funny. Oh. Well, yeah, this is part 2 for today. So yeah, I don't stay on as long when I do the morning and the night show. When I do the morning and the night, about 2 hours, about as much as I can put in the gas tank. But I appreciate you guys. I really did enjoy this. It was really good. Always fulfilling. Always and like and these things and these lives help me because it reminds me of who I am and to remain faithful to my my end, to remain faithful to what I am bringing into my experience. So it helps you guys. It helps me just as much as I'm helping you guys. So you all are also a great inspiration, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Clara. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you, Kyle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, hey, created by Fee. I'm leaving for tonight though. Yes, yes. I love you guys too. Welcome everyone to the new community. Go get your free ebooks. The link tree is in the bio. I give you 3 books, the ebook bundle, Recipe for Life, Daily Diamond Gems, and 30-day transformation journey. All free. Go get the free ebooks. They'll help you transform your thinking. They're biblically based. So the Bible is a psychology book. It's all about you. It's reminding you of who you are and how to use your mind to create the reality you desire to have. Yes, you're already good. Go to sleep giving thanks, knowing that all is well. Christ 6. Those 4 steps, you already know what you want. You give thanks for it. You remain faithful to it. And just know that all is well. Know that everything has worked out in your favor. You got to go to sleep in that knowing. Go to sleep giving thanks for the answered prayer. Giving thanks for the thing that you asked for is already yours. You must claim it and know it and trust it. It's already done. It's not even about what they saw. It's about what you desire. Keep your focus on what you desire and all is well. And with that being said, guys, have a great night.